What's up, y'all? It's G-Man, the Rouge Hoodie. Now let me take y'all back to a time, man. Like way back. Like Mass Circus in the lab back, man. I'm talking about watching this incredible scene way too many times, yeah? I ask all of you to direct your attention to the most turbulent part of my entire life. The 2000s. Ah, shit. Now, look, I understand for a lot of people, this was an important part of life. And yeah, we had banger TV shows, banger movies, and an all-star lineup of games, man.
Hey, Big Smoke, it's me.
But all this shit was some ass if you didn't have cable. Okay, now for context, I'm from Canada, right? So I gotta deal with will-testing weather, animals with diplomatic immunity, and armed with a bag of heavy-ass textbooks so I can get home and watch a TV program that ends at 7. And I need you to contextualize this. I genuinely need you to let this sink in, that after everything I just told you, they gonna mess around and play Miss BG. Yeah, I was tweaking. There ain't no way. There's just no way, dog. With all these shows that were bangers in the lineup, they gonna mess around and play some shows that no one needed to watch. Why is Anna Green Gables on right now? What are we doing right now? Nah, I'm sorry. I can find peace by the water. I really can. It's just like, I was chronically outside for this, all right? And being outside in Canadian weather is within itself its own accolade, but that's the point I'm trying to get across with you. Now, I understand that this is my opinion, and it's subjective, but having such a lack of variety in an already limited time frame was sickening. Now, this wasn't a problem had I not known better, but I'm going to school hearing kids make jokes about the cartoons they got to see, some I ain't even heard of before, and Disney movie originals that they saw, and I'm out here trying to explain the comedy of King of the Hill at a 3rd grade level. Yeah, I was watching them early seasons of Family Guy on TV, you know, trying to figure out the jokes, trying to figure out how to use them, then practicing what I learned with my brother, just to get that laugh out of him. I didn't. Anyway, the point I'm trying to get across is that I was fighting an uphill battle, felt like Captain America standing against Thanos. Man, I didn't even see Fresh Prince of Bel-Air until I got to a barbershop, and that's the only time I ever got to see it. So I was missing a lot of context. I don't know who Carlton was, but that man was just dancing for no reason. I didn't get it. So let me just break down the channels I could see growing up, just so you understand what I was working with. So first off, it was CBC. Ah, man, let me tell you about CBC. If I was lucky, I got to see some pretty cool cartoons in the morning. And that's it. After that, it was news and movies I didn't understand. CTV, it's the same thing. It was not even cartoons, but it was mostly programming I didn't understand. Then it was TVO and TVO Kids. Now look, TVO Kids was nice, but on weekends, them boys were playing games. Cause I don't know how you keep putting these questionable shows in rapid succession.
Cut the shit the fuck off.
But we wasn't trying to watch that. Where the good shows at? Why only on the weekdays? That didn't make sense to me. I'll be honest with you. That made no sense to me. Anyway, we gonna fly over to Global. Now, Global was crazy. When I discovered Global as a kid, I didn't know what I was missing until I saw it. Man, we had Family Guy. We had Simpsons, American Dad, King of the Hill. Man, I was winning, man. It was a great time to be around for it. And if I got lucky, I may even catch like Prison Break or House. I don't know what's going on in those shows, but it looks kind of cool, so I'm watching. And the movies, man. Now look, this really helped fill in some of the pop culture references I was missing growing up. Like, this is how I found out about stuff. Cause without this, I had no idea what they was talking about. I was lost without this, man. Global was my, like, whatever is happening right now, I knew about it. And it was lit. Until Entertainment Tonight. Once I heard that jingle, I was out of that. I'm like, nah, we ain't doing none of that. Now, the caveat is, this was during the weekend, when they showed all this cool stuff, you know, before 8 o'clock. Yeah, once it was the weekday and this stuff happened around 8:20, 8:30, I was already getting set to bed by 8:15 for 8:30, so I didn't see none of that. So Global was pretty much only useful on the weekends, so... Anyway, we going over to Omni 1 and Omni 2. Sitcoms. A lot of sitcoms. I told jokes I didn't understand. Sure, they started playing Family Guy and American Dad and stuff late at night, but once again, 8:30 bedtime, I didn't see any of that. Omni was only good so I could hear that Friends theme song. I'm telling you, it was worth it. However, on the weekends, now I got home early enough on Saturday night, they had some banger movies to watch. My first time watching Rush Hour 2 was on Omni, and let me tell you, that movie was lit. Seeing Jackie Chan doing stunts, man, I had a good time. I had a great time. And now we have City TV. Imagine Omni, but way more static. I could barely see the screen, but at least sometimes when it was nice and the reception was good, I gotta watch Everybody Hates Chris. And that was it. I didn't go there for any other reason. I didn't even know what was going on in that show, but at least there was kids in it, so I knew I could relate to some degree. But mostly, yeah, that's it. That's all the channels right there. I said all of them. That's what I was working with. To varying degrees of success to actually see the screen through all the static, those were the channels I could watch. So let me tell you right now, during the winter, this was a pain because I couldn't just go outside and do something else. This is all I had to work with. So yeah, I was a bored kid. I was a super bored kid. Man, this shit was crazy. And nothing else I could do about it, really. I just sit there and accept it. This was ass. Look, man, the whole point I'm trying to get across here is that growing up without cable really makes a kid grow up kind of awkward because the cartoons he watches, no one watches them. And the adult shows he watches, no one understands them. So it's kind of hard to really make conversation at recess. Anyway, look, man, for the kids that don't have to grow up with 240p and dial-up, be thankful, because you ain't seen the other side. You ain't seen the other side, man. Thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good-ish. I'm hungry. I got rice and peas and oxtail in the fridge. I gotta go, man. Y'all have a good one.